Hey everyone, it is Erin Chung, and I help creative real estate agents to become community influencers so that way they can grow their real estate businesses on autopilot and, of course, generate leads on demand. Today, we're talking all about Facebook Live. This is a Facebook Live about Facebook Lives, and what we're going to be doing today is covering basically the ultimate guide. We're going to cover every single thing that there is to know that you've ever wanted to know about Facebook Live for real estate and Facebook Live for realtors. So before we jump in, I do want to tell you guys that if you want to take a deep dive into any of the things that I'm talking about today, I invite you to do that. And we cover how to generate leads online and use community influencer marketing extensively in my free masterclass. So basically, if you want to get access to that free masterclass, all you have to do is go to 100 real estate leads in 90 days. Actually, let me backtrack. It's 100 leads in 90 days.com. Once again, that is 100 leads in 90 days.com. That masterclass will cover how to generate your first or your next 100 real estate leads in the next 90 days. And I invite you and encourage you to take that whenever you have the time. If you go to that link, it'll be there for you and you can sign up and register at your earliest convenience. So, what I want to talk about right now is I want to discuss the the benefits of actually going live. So a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, yikes, that's scary. It is scary. The first time I went live, like I swear, I just sat here in front of the camera for 30 minutes and didn't press the button because I was so scared. So if you feel scared, you're not alone. I'm going to have some tips for you on how to get over that fear as well. But first, let's cover the benefits. So the benefits of going live are many. As you guys know, I go live once a week on our Facebook page and our Facebook groups. And the reason why I do this is because we get tons and tons of free reach. And we reach actually like tens of thousands of people on every single live that we do. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. And a lot of times we're getting access to all of this free reach because you guys share these lives. And when you do, we reach tens of thousands of people very, very easily. And again, that is all free. So if you guys don't know, all of social media, they all run on algorithms. And right now, no matter what social media platform you're on, we are getting a lot of preference for lives right now, as opposed to text post or graphic post or even pre-recorded video. So there's lots and lots of benefits of doing these Facebook Lives. Okay. So that's number one. The benefit is tons and tons of free reach. Number two is when I'm talking about the benefits, like I said, you might be thinking to yourself, like, okay, I get it. I know that there's a lot of benefits to going live. However, that's scary to me. And I don't want to go live because I'm afraid. And I get that. Like I said, when I first started, it was really, really hard for me. When I look back at my old lives, I'm like, I cringe because they were so bad. Just know that whenever you do something new, you're going to be bad. Like that's just life, right? Yeah, it takes practice to become perfect. And now I can do one of these lives super easily. It's like I can do it in my sleep now. But when I first started, I was slow, I was awkward, it was weird. And like I said, I was afraid, like really, really afraid. So just know you're not alone. But if you are afraid, my biggest tip for you is to get in front of any camera, whether it's live or pre recorded. The easiest way to swallow your fear to get over doing live work on a camera, or like I said, pre recorded, is to really just focus less on yourself and more on your community. When you take yourself out of the picture, it's a lot easier to press the play button and start recording because of the fact that you're not focused on yourself. When you're focused on yourself, you're thinking about, oh my gosh, who's judging me? There's a hair out of place. Like I look crazy today. I don't feel good. But when you focus on your community and you focus on the value that you're actually providing to your community, you will not have any fears because of the fact that like you're just going to be like focused on them and not on you. Okay. So that's my tip for getting over your fear of the camera. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to tell you what to do before the live, during the live, and after the live. Okay. So before, during, and after. So let me go ahead and open up my page here because I have a couple of notes for you and I want to talk about exactly what to do. Um, And okay, actually, you know what? Back up. Let me talk about first. When it comes to Facebook Live for real estate agents, the first thing I want to talk about actually is content ideas. It probably makes sense to start there so that you guys kind of know what posts to post, and then before we jump into what to do before and during and after the live. Okay, so best practices for Facebook Live for agents is number one. You can post things that are like behind the scenes. Behind the scenes tend to do really, really well because of the fact that people are used to it, right? So thanks to places like HGTV, where they show the behind of the scenes of the transaction, which may or may not, be true or not. Um, in real life, it's very, very different. We all know that. But they make millions of dollars every single year by posting the behind the scenes. So if they can, you can do it too, right? So post about the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations, what it actually takes to get your house sold and the transaction completed and buying process and all of that stuff. People really like that stuff. Okay. So if you're going live and you are going through a transaction, or you went above and beyond for someone, or you think there's something that's going to make really good content that people are going to really be interested in, make sure you do a behind the scenes of the transaction, because those do really, really well. Number two, you can do a sneak peek about an exclusive showing. Okay, so if you are in an area that allows just upcoming houses and like coming soons and those types of things, if your MLS allows that, that's a perfect opportunity for you to do a behind the scenes of your coming soon. People love things that are new and that are going to get ready to come onto the market. And so it's a great, great opportunity for you to showcase a listing that's not yet on the market, while making your sellers happy, but also making sure that you are finding buyers before the house even goes live. If you market to buyers the fact that you can't find this on Zillow, you can't find this on Redfin or any MLS anywhere, because this is the only place you're going to find it, you're going to get people's attention. Because as a buyer, buyers want to be the first ones to know about new houses, especially in a hot market. Okay. So you can always do a Facebook Live on your coming soons. Number three is personal branding. The reason why I always promote you guys and ask you guys to do so much around the personal branding is because it's a great opportunity for people to get to know, like, trust, and remember you. Okay. So that's why personal branding is so, so powerful. Okay. So I definitely recommend doing personal branding. And for these lives, you can do things like when you're out and about, you are at games, you're like just out and about in the community, helping the community, volunteering. All of those things make great Facebook Lives for people, and they're very interested in that too. Number four is you can showcase an open house. Similar to the coming soons, if you have an open house scheduled, then just do a quick little Facebook Live to do a quick tour of the house. And then of course, save a little bit at the end so that way, because if you show the entire house, there's no reason for them to come by, right? So if you're at an open house, show them the majority of the house, but then save one thing so that way there's a reason for them to still come out. When you invite them to come to your open house, they'll actually want to come. All right. So that's another way. You can also feature a neighborhood. So I actually did this in the form of a pre-recorded video, but if you wanted to do this as a live, you could. I literally put a camera on my car and I drove the neighborhoods. And so basically, I still get leads to this day of people that are Googling things about neighborhoods. And then that blog post that I did pops up, and they also find it in YouTube, because the fact that YouTube is a search engine, right? So basically, people find that neighborhood post on YouTube and on my blog, and it's basically just me driving the neighborhood, and people love it because of the fact that they get to see what the neighborhood looks like. So that's another good way to showcase a Facebook Live. The next is, I want to talk about the 4 places that you can actually go live, because right now there's only 4 places. Besides Instagram, you can actually go live on LinkedIn now too, but on Facebook, there's only 4 places to go live. So the first one is your personal profile. Now, if you go live on your personal profile, you need to make sure that you are following the rules. Okay, so Facebook doesn't like when you promote your page on your profile. So basically, if it's business and it's business promo, you want to make sure that you're doing that on your page, not your personal. So make sure that you're following the rules. But what I like to use, a personal profile for when I'm doing Facebook Lives is kind of a sneaky hack, is you can actually just go live to one person on your personal profile. So if you're scared to go live, or if you've never done it before and you need a couple of practice sessions, that's actually the best way to do it, is to literally just go live to like your husband or your teammate or your friend or your daughter or whoever. And so then that way you can practice over and over and over, get comfortable with it. And then when you go live on your page and it's public, you're ready to go and you've been practiced like hundreds of times. Okay. So that's how I actually use going live on my personal profile. The second place is your business page. Okay. So your business page is a great place to go live. And that's actually the place that I recommend that you go live most often. The reason why is because another sneaky trick is that when you go live on your business page and people see it, then and they engage with it, you can actually run retargeting ads to those people later on. So even if you do go live on your business page and then you share it into a group, or you share it somewhere else, like when they interact with that, then they'll be able to run retargeting ads. So that's another little sneaky tip. Number 3 is you can go live in your Facebook group. Okay. So in your Facebook group, if you are an admin of a group, you can go live. You can talk about like things that are affecting your community, or if you have like a wine group, like a local wine group, you can just go live and talk about some of the cool things that you found. Or if you go to Napa or wine country and you're like finding something that's cool, you can go live there and just share it out to that group. I go live in the group. I'm actually going live in the group right now as we speak. We do that once a week as well in all of our groups. So that's a great place to do it. And then finally, you can go live actually in a Facebook event. So if you create an event for an open house, for instance, you can actually go live in that open house event, and you can go live to anyone who is subscribing to that event. So the way that we're going to use this is we're actually having a live event for all of our members in February. And we're actually going to go live in our group page, which is like a little event page there. And we're going to stream live into the group. So if you have like a seminar or like I said, an open house or something cool that you're doing, you can always go live as a Facebook event as well. So that's another one. So quick wrap up. Real fast, where you can go live. Number 1, your personal profile. Number 2, your Facebook business page. And then number 3 is going to be your group that you are an admin of. And then number 4 is you can go live in an event. Okay. So that's where you can go live. Now, all right. So this is the good stuff. So let's talk about actually what to do before the live, during the live, and after the live. Okay. Before, during, and after. So before the live, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you're telling people in advance. Okay. So typically what we do is we'll send out like an email, or we'll send out a bot blast through our bot service. If you have a bot, you can absolutely do that. You can also run an ad. You can post in your local group. If you have a group, you can, text some key influencers. So for instance, if you are friends with some local bloggers or local business owners and they are on Facebook and really active on social media, you can have them blasted out to their community as well. And you can post it on social media. So that's all of the ways that you can tell people that you're getting ready to go live. Okay. So make sure that you tell people in advance so people actually show up to the live. Number 2 is think of a good headline. So this is underrated, but headlines when it comes to any sort of online marketing are crucial. Okay. If you do not have a good headline, kind of like an email subject line, no one's going to watch the live. Okay. Same thing. If you don't have a good email subject line, no one's going to read the email, right? So you want to make sure that you are not just saying something off the top of your head. You actually want to have a really good hook in your Facebook Live so that way people will actually be compelled to watch. All right. And then the other thing is that if you don't have a good subject line, no one will join the live while it's playing, but then they're also not going to be compelled to watch the replay either. And if you turn it into an ad later to promote it, no one's going to watch the ad also. So you want to make sure that you have a really strong, compelling headline with a good hook. Okay. You're also going to want to make sure that you connect to Wi-Fi. So this is number 3. Connecting to Wi-Fi, if you're on mobile and you're going live on mobile, is just going to ensure that you're able to have continuous streaming without interruptions, and also save your data plan. So make sure that you're going when you're going live, you're connecting to Wi-Fi. You also want to make sure that your battery is fully charged. So this might seem weird, but I cannot tell you how many Facebook Lives I've been on where the person actually ran out of battery power when they were on their phone and the Facebook Live got cut short because they ran out of batteries. So you may think that you have enough batteries if you are on live, but the problem is that going live on your phone zaps your battery really, really quickly. So if you have like 70% and then the live goes long, it's going to get cut off because you ran out of batteries. So in order to prevent that from happening, make sure that you fully charge your phone before you go live. Okay. The next one is turn your phone on do not disturb. So if you are going live on mobile and your do not disturb is not on, so essentially anyone can call you at any time. I have been on Facebook Lives where someone got a call and then the Facebook Live got cut short. So literally, I was on this live, I got a phone call. And so like, I want to make sure that you are like, have that all ready to go. So I'm actually going live on desktop right now, like on my computer. But had I been on mobile and I didn't have my Facebook Live, my do not disturb turned on. Yes, do not disturb turned on. This whole thing would have stopped because my mom called. Okay. So it happens. It is what it is. So make sure that your phone is on do not disturb. Number 6 is you want to make sure that you style your scene. So as you guys can see, like I always go live with a lot of the same imagery behind me, but you want to make sure that your scene is styled, it's well lit. You can't always control that, especially if you're outside going live mobile, but just take a quick look, make sure that whatever's behind you is not distracting because I, again, have been on Facebook Lives where I've seen people that have like junk in the background or trash or like cats walking or whatever, and it's really distracting. So just make sure that you style your scene before you go live. Okay. And then number 7, this is a big one, is make sure that you are stabilizing your camera. So if you're on mobile, you're going live, get a tripod, get a selfie stick, get a gimbal, get something to make sure that your live is not jumping all around because it makes people super dizzy and it's distracting and they're not going to listen because it's hard to watch someone when you're dizzy. Okay. So quick recap. Before you go live, here are the things that you need to do. So number 1, tell people in advance. Number 2, think of a great headline. Number 3, connect to Wi-Fi. Number 4, make sure that your battery is fully charged. Number 5, place your phone on do not disturb. And number 6, style your scene. And then 7, stabilize your camera. Okay. That's before the live. Now let's talk about during the live. So what to do during your live broadcast. Okay. So number 1, you want to make sure that you introduce yourself. Now, I have seen a lot of people doing their Facebook Lives for the first time, and I'm really proud of them for even doing the live at all. But I'm like, I watched the whole thing and I'm like, I don't even know who you are. You forgot to introduce yourself. So make sure that you take the time to introduce yourself. This is really, really crucial because if you have the live get shared, or if you run it as an ad later, you're going to be getting in front of lots and lots of people who don't know who you are. So you want to make sure that you introduce yourself. In the beginning of this live, you probably noticed that I introduce myself. I do it on every single live because a lot of times I'm getting in front of new audiences that have no idea who I am. And I want to make sure that I tell them who I am in case it gets shared, or like I said, we run it as an ad and reach someone who doesn't know me. All right. So introduce yourself. Number 2, you want to ask them for the follow. So that's actually something that I forgot to do on this live is you need to ask people to follow you. So if you're watching this on mobile or even on a desktop, you may see that there's an area for you to actually click to get notified. So like when you have, there's like a little bell option. And if you click to get notified whenever I go live, you will be notified. Okay. So you want to make sure that you ask people to do that. So if you haven't done that and you're watching this right now, please do it. And make sure that you are also asking people to do it whenever you go live. Number 3 is you want to make sure that you're educating your viewers. Okay. So think hard about what your value proposition is. If you are a real estate agent looking to grow your business, which is really the only reason why I would ever go live is to get leads, right? You want to think hard about how you're approaching your Facebook Live. So the best way to do it is always to provide value. So you want to do things that are educational, inspirational, entertaining, those types of things, but make sure that whoever is actually watching your video, that there's actually something in it for them. So on this live video that you're watching, what's in it for you is I'm telling you what to do before, during, and after your Facebook Lives, what content is best on your Facebook Lives, and where you can actually go live. And it's very valuable to anyone who happens to see this video. Likewise, for you, you need to do the exact same thing. Okay. So provide value to all the people who are watching it so that it's worth their time. And that's typically going to be in the form of like what's going on in your community, all the things that we covered in the very beginning of this live stream. Okay. Number 4 is you want to make sure that you're engaging your viewers. The easiest way to do that is to actually call them out by name. So when you go live, you can see all the people who are watching you live, and you can say like, hey, Joe, like I see that you have a question, and all those things, right? So you want to make sure that you're actually engaging people. All right. Number 5 is stay on the live session for about 15 to 30 minutes. Like that probably sounds crazy. And I'm sure you're probably like, oh my God, I can't breathe. But yes, stay on for about 15 to 30 minutes. And the reason why is because people are constantly checking their phones all throughout the day, right? And if you are only live for 2 minutes, everyone's going to miss it. But people check like I think the statistic is like people are on their phones every 5 to 15 minutes. So if you make sure that you're staying on 15 minutes, you'll get more opportunity to get seen from all the people who are actually following you. And then they'll check their phone. They'll say, oh my gosh, Susie's live. And then they'll watch. Okay. So you want to make sure that that's how you do it. So the longer you stay on, the more chances you have to get seen. And number 6 is you want to end the live stream with a strong call to action. Okay. So I end every single live stream call with a way for you guys to join my Facebook group, or to watch me on your favorite platform, or join my podcast, or those types of things. For you, your strong call to action is going to be to get them to opt in and become a lead. Okay. You can offer a free home evaluation. You can offer a buyer's guide, or anything that would be helpful to them. If you're doing something for local residents, you can actually opt in and say, hey, you know what, to get a free list of upcoming events delivered to your inbox weekly, click here. So there's lots and lots of lead magnets that you can use for all of the people that are watching. So just make sure that you have a strong call to action, and that at the very end, you allow them and you give them an opportunity to be able to opt in and become a lead. Okay. Because we're not doing this for fun. We're doing this for business, to grow the real estate business. Okay. So recap on what to do during the live. So during your live, you want to introduce yourself, ask them to follow you, educate your viewers, engage your viewers, stay on the session for 15 to 30 minutes, and end the live stream with a strong call to action. Okay. Now, this is the end, and this is what to do after the broadcast. So what you do after is often far more important than what you do before and during. Okay. So you guys can see, and you can watch me as we model all of this for you. What I'm going to do with this Facebook Live is we're going to blast this everywhere. Okay. So we have a full plan, a content plan for all of the stuff that we do after every single show. And so let me tell you guys what you can do in order to promote your Facebook Lives, because honestly, doing the live is like 20%, 80% is actually the promotion of it. Okay. So make sure that you are promoting your lives. So number 1, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to download your live broadcast. Okay. So Facebook does give you the opportunity to download it once you're done. So you'll go ahead and download it from there. And then once you have that actual file downloaded, then there's lots of things that you can do with it. So we'll come back to that in just a second. Number 2 is you want to answer any unanswered questions. So typically what I do is that once I end my broadcast and I stop going live, I'll come back, go through all of these comments, and answer all of the comments that you guys have, all of the questions, all of that stuff, to make sure that anything that I didn't answer when I was live, I answer after the fact. Okay. So make sure you come back, answer any unanswered questions. Number 3 is advertise your Facebook Live to get more leads. Okay. So we are going to actually turn this Facebook Live into an ad. And when we do, we're going to reach audiences who know us, like us, trust us, but we're also going to reach brand new audiences of people. Okay. So make sure that if you are taking the time and all the work that goes into doing a Facebook Live, that you put some money behind it and get in front of new people, people who are outside of your sphere who don't know you. Okay. That's how you're going to get leads. All right. And then number 4 is you want to share your live on social media. So we share these lives on YouTube, we share them on Instagram, LinkedIn, my podcast, basically everywhere you can think of, we share these lives. And I would suggest that you guys actually do the same exact thing. And then we repurpose the live stream. So what we do is we put the live stream on, like I said, on YouTube, and then we actually make an entire blog post out of all of these lives. Okay. So once we do that, we put it on YouTube, Facebook, all of like LinkedIn, everywhere else. And then we make a blog post out of it. And so then that way people can find the lives as they're typing things in and doing keywords for years and years to come. Okay. And then finally, number 6, you're going to want to rinse and repeat. Okay. So do this over and over and over. Like I said, we do this every single week, rain or shine. All right. So quick recap on what to do after the live. Number 1, download your Facebook Live broadcast. Number 2, answer any unanswered questions. Number 3, advertise your Facebook live stream to get more leads. Number 4, share your live stream on social media. Number 5, repurpose your live stream. Number 6, rinse and repeat. Okay. So that is a lot of information and I get it. So at this point, you may be thinking, oh my God, that's like crazy. That's a lot. And like I said, I know. If you are in my academy, all of this is covered extensively. You don't have to come back and watch the replay. You can actually just go to my academy and watch the Facebook live stream. It's in stage 1. Okay. And there's an entire masterclass on all about live streaming. I give you the ins, the outs, the quick and dirty on everything you need to do to go live. If you are not in my academy, don't worry. I still got you covered. For you guys, I do have a community influencer marketing plan. And in that plan, it's pulled directly out of my academy. It's going to help you to like start your lead generation journey. It's going to teach you how to generate leads online without cold calling and door knocking. And if you want that, all you have to do is go to communityinfluencerplan.com. Once again, that's communityinfluencerplan.com and it is yours. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate everyone who came out for this live. And essentially, I go live on, like I said, to Facebook. We also post to Instagram, YouTube, the podcast. There's so many places. If you are looking to consume this information in whatever format you choose, like I said, if you want to do it via a podcast, I encourage you to just go to our podcast area, and we're on all your favorite platforms like Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. Just go there, type in community influencer, and we will pop up right away. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.